Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain on this Friday morning. Appreciate everybody that shows up and says hello live, watches replay, listens to the podcast. Appreciate all of you. Be sure to go to enjoylifesafely.com and get on the newsletter list. Check out all the resources there. Enjoylifesafely.com. That's who brings you this show every day and want you to visit that site. Get some of those free resources. Check out some of the courses and other things. You can check out the books I've written. So make sure you do check that out. I appreciate it. Let others know about it too. If you enjoy stuff, let others know. Good morning, Thad. Thad said, thank God it's Friday. Appreciate you being here and saying hello, Thad. So today I want to talk a little bit about Honey, Don't. I went to this movie last night, and I guess if we had to sum it up, I'd say don't. It just was sort of a letdown and just wasn't what I was hoping. Now, I like the Coen brothers. They've put out some great movies throughout the years. However, in the last few years, they sort of split off, and Joel was doing his things, and this is the second movie that Ethan has done with his wife, Tricia. It's apparently the second of the 3 lesbian trilogy that they're doing. I didn't see the first one that they did. I forget the name of it, but I didn't see that one. This is the second of these lesbian trilogy that they want to do. The main character, Honey, played by Margaret Qualley, is a lesbian. Okay, so that's, and not really related to the movie, but apparently Ethan's wife, Tricia, identifies as a lesbian and they have some kind of special relationship. I don't get it. None of my business. Doesn't matter what they want to do. But that's beside the point. So we got this movie, Honey, Don't. Written by Ethan and Tricia, directed by Ethan Coen. I wish he'd go back and make movies with his brother. I love some of the movies that they did together. This just did not live up to that. Dixon's here, and Dixon said the Coen brothers are hilarious. I agree, Dixon. They made some fantastic movies. This doesn't live up to them. Now, the very beginning, when they put the credits in Bakersfield, California, and they used billboards and actual buildings and these things, and then the graffiti in places to list all the credits at the very beginning. That was unique and cool. Margaret Qualley, who plays Honey, a dynamic presence on the screen. She played that character very well, and when she's on the screen, she commands it, and that was great, her performance. Got to give her credit for that. Chris Evans had a small part. I like Chris Evans, fan of his other work. He's not likable character in this, so you don't like him, which I guess that's good because you play a character that you're not supposed to like and you don't like him. Smaller role, and it didn't do a lot for me. The movie as a whole just didn't do a lot for me. There were so many things that they just left hanging, and you just wonder why it was even in the film and what happened with that, and it was just left out there. So nothing was wrapped up and things really didn't fit together in a good story. It was just sort of like a bunch of little things slaps together that didn't really fit at times and then didn't get followed up. So that was just disappointing when it was over. It's like, that's it? What about? And it was just a disappointing, type of movie. Nothing was concluded. The other thing about it is if you are offended by nudity and sex, you wouldn't like this movie. If you like that, you might want to go to it just for that, I guess. Because, there are different sex scenes with Chris Evans and the women, and there's sex scenes with Margaret Qualley and other women, the lesbian scenes. So there's enough, so if you're offended by that kind of stuff, you wouldn't like this, because definitely there was just gratuitous nudity and sex thrown in. Some of it didn't really help the story much. It was just sort of thrown in like the old B movies. You got to have sex scenes and nudity thrown in for the movie. So I don't know. It was just sort of a disappointing experience when so many of the earlier Coen brother movies were just excellent. This was sort of a letdown. I hope that they get back together and do some of like they used to do together. It's the solo thing just didn't cut it. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Vicky. Appreciate you guys being here. Dixon, is your hand bleeding, oozing where the pin sticks out? No, it's not. Because I mean, this white stuff, obviously after a few days and stuff, you got to change this. So like yesterday was a changing day, and I take everything off and wash. Just take a Q-tip with alcohol and clean around the pin. There's really nothing coming out or anything where the pin is. And so the crusty little scab, a little kind of material where, clean it up and then put a clean white thing underneath this brace. We'll probably do that again Sunday. And I still got a couple more clean ones that we'll do until Friday, when next Friday, he'll take the pin out and put a different kind of cast on and stuff. So, but yeah, so it's not oozing or doing anything where that thing sticks out at all. So anyway, thank you, Dixon, for asking. But, I don't know if it's getting better or worse, or it still hurts an awful lot and I can't do anything with it. But, hopefully we're getting there. As far as the movie, everybody, I cannot recommend seeing Honey Don't, even if you're a Coen fan like I am. It was sort of a letdown. It had its moments, and some of the best moments were because of Margaret Qualley. She's good in that character. And so her performance as that character was good. There were a couple shocking scenes, a couple violent scenes, obviously. Like I said, there's the gratuitous sex and nudity thrown in. But as a whole, just not that much of a movie to recommend. And it was sort of disappointing. So that's what I have to say about Honey Don't. I hope everybody has a fantastic Friday. There's some other movies out. I'll have to go see one or two of those and let you know about those. Definitely movies are on my agenda this summer being laid up. It's just sort of nice to go enjoy a movie and, forget about the hand for a little bit. So I'll see another movie or two. Probably going to see F1 again. It's still in the IMAX. Might wait till Wednesday, which might be the final showing. We'll see. It's as far as the app shows that it's out there. Have a fantastic Friday, everybody. I will be back and see you tomorrow. We'll talk about a book or two. And then on Sunday, might talk about what not to be and how not to behave on social media.